Every morning, you stand in front of a mirror and brush your teeth without thinking. 2 minutes. Mint flavor. Spit, rinse, done. But the real answer to where this habit came from is far stranger than a tube of toothpaste, and it starts almost 2 million years before anyone owned a mirror. Your ancestors didn't have bristles. They didn't have mint gel, but they still fought the same war against decay. Look closely at a fossil tooth from nearly 2 million years ago, and you'll find something strange. A tiny groove cut into the side between 2 teeth. Paleoanthropologist Alan Walker first noticed these grooves back in 1973. He called them toothpick grooves. Early humans were jabbing something, a twig, a blade of grass, a sliver of bone, directly into their gums, again and again, for years. Why would anyone do that on purpose? Because pain teaches faster than instinct ever could. A piece of meat caught between molars doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It rots, it aches, it pulls your whole skull into a dull, distracting throb. So your ancestors learned to dig it out, sometimes with the same groove worn smooth by years of habit. Not for a fresh smile, for survival. Now travel forward to a cave in northern Spain called El Cedron. Researcher Karen Hardy and her team examined hardened plaque on Neanderthal teeth, 50,000 years old, and found traces of yarrow and chamomile trapped inside it. Bitter plants. Plants with almost no calories. Plants Neanderthals would have hated the taste of. So why eat them? Hardy's team believes these Neanderthals already understood something about medicine. They were treating pain, maybe even infection, with the only pharmacy they had. The forest floor. Here's the twist. None of this was about hygiene the way you think of it today. There was no concept of plaque or bacteria or cavities. There was only the immediate, physical fact of pain and the discovery that certain actions made it go away. The toothbrush as an object came astonishingly late. Bristle brushes don't appear in the historical record until China, around the 15th century, made from boar hair bound to bamboo. Long before that, in Vienna, a papyrus dated to the 4th century sat unread in the Austrian National Library for decades until papyrus expert Hermann Herauer translated it in 2003. It described a tooth powder made from rock salt, mint, dried iris, and pepper crushed together into a paste, 1,500 years before Colgate sold its first tube. Your toothbrush, then, isn't really a modern invention. It's the latest tool in a much older project, one that started with a sharpened twig pressed into aching gum tissue by a creature who had never once seen its own reflection. So tonight, when you spit into the sink and rinse your mouth, you're not performing some clean, modern ritual. You're finishing a job your ancestors started 2 million years ago, one aching, deliberate jab at a time.